Y así es, chavitos, brothers y brothercitas, el presidente Trump acaba de salir hace un par de minutos a dar su último informe acerca de esta guerra contra Irán, brothers. Vamos a oír qué dice, porque esto es muy interesante. Creo que la guerra se ha terminado.
Our powerful military campaign to end the threats posed by the Iranian regime continued in full force over the past few days. They have been literally obliterated. The Air Force is gone. The Navy is gone. Many ships have been sunk. They're warfighting ships, but I guess they didn't know how to use them. And anti-aircraft is decimated. Their radar is gone, and their leaders are gone. Other than that, they're doing quite well.
Brothers, o sea, está empezando, pero acaba de decir que literalmente la Armada Militar de Estados Unidos destrozó, deshizo, pulverizó, les dio en la maíz, les partió el queso, todo lo que quieran, brothers, a los iraníes, Armada, Navy, todo, radares, todo.
They've been a terror for 47 years, and now I guess the world, through the United States, with the help of Israel, is doing what should have been done many years ago.
Tiene mucha razón, 47 años bajo este régimen y esta guerra del terror. Patrocinaron muchos grupos que ocasionan el terror, los iraníes, brothers, como lo saben. Y había muchos presidentes desde Clinton que querían hacer esto, querían destrozar al régimen iraní, no se habían atrevido, no tenían las pelotas. Otros presidentes como Obama les dieron lana, muchísimos billones de dólares, los fortalecieron, en pocas palabras, para que, y ellos obviamente, ¿qué hace un león? Pues te come, güey, es un león, un león es un león. ¿Qué hicieron los iraníes con dinero? Pues fabricaron más terror, hicieron más grupos, o sea, más lo que hacen. Y luego Biden todavía les dio más lana, tenía que llegar alguien como Trump, con la personalidad que tiene Trump, con el ego que tiene Trump, y así como es Trump, un hombre diferente a Trump no lo hubiera hecho. Tenía que ser Trump. Es lo que yo siempre he dicho.
Done many years ago. Since the beginning of the conflict, we've struck more than 7,000 targets across Iran, and these have been mostly commercial and military targets. We've achieved a 90% reduction in their ballistic missile launches and a 95% reduction in drone attacks. The missiles are trickling in now at very low levels because they don't have too many missiles left. We've also attacked the manufacturing plants, the places where they manufacture the missiles and the drones, and that's going on today. We just hit 3 of them today. And it's getting very hard for them to manufacture. More than 100 Iranian naval vessels have been sunk or destroyed over the last week and a half. That has to be some kind of a record. Additional strikes continue to launch from all directions every single hour. And as you know, we attacked Carg Island and knocked it literally, destroyed everything on the island except for the area where the oil is. I call it the pipes. We left the pipes. We didn't want to do that, but we will do that. We can do that on 5 minutes' notice. It'll be over. But for purposes of someday rebuilding that country, I guess we did the right thing. But it may not stay that way. Just one simple word, and the pipes will be gone too. But it'll take a long time to rebuild that. We are aggressively dismantling Iran's defense industrial base, and ability to rebuild its missiles and drone capability is getting down to close to zero. And we're hammering their capacity to threaten commercial shipping in the Strait of Hormuz, with more than 30 mine-laying ships destroyed. We hit, to the best of our knowledge, all of their mine-laying ships. Now they can put them on other types of ships, I guess, and drop them in. But we don't know that any have even been dropped in. We're not sure that any have been. That's a big negative for them if they do it. It's a form of suicide. But we don't know that they have dropped any in. But we've hit all 30 of their ships and destroyed them. They're all at the bottom of the sea. We strongly encourage other nations whose economies depend on the Strait far more than ours. You know, we get less than 1% of our oil from the Strait, and some countries get much more. Japan gets 95%, China gets 90%, many of the Europeans get quite a bit. South Korea gets 35%. So we want them to come and help us with the Strait. We have it in very good shape. The countries, I said, we've already taken care of Iran, but now, because of the fact that literally a single terrorist can put something in the water or shoot something or shoot a missile, a small missile, and it's fairly close range because it is a tight area, and which is one of the reasons they've always used that as a weapon. Iran has always used that as an economic weapon. And
está muy cañón, brothers, porque se acuerdan del estrecho de Hormuz, que obviamente pues es uno de los estrechos más importantes para el comercio a nivel mundial y que Irán, lo está diciendo Trump, lo han utilizado como un arma de forma económica en el que bloquean el estrecho cuando quieren y no cuando no quieren, y ahorita amenazan con bombardear y con tirar y deshacer cualquier tipo de buque o barco petrolero, lo que sea, que cruce por ahí. Y dice que nosotros no obtenemos ni el 1% de nuestro petróleo en Estados Unidos que pasa por ahí, pero hay países como China o como otros países que es el 90, el 95% del petróleo pasa por ahí. Entonces está diciendo, pues vénganos a ayudar y ustedes arreglen lo del petróleo porque la verdad ni es nuestro problema. Ustedes ahora sí que vean qué onda con eso y háganse pelotas, ese no es nuestro rollo. O sea, sí va a ayudar, pero está diciendo, nosotros ya hicimos lo más pesado, ahora venga China, venga Rusia, vengan ustedes, ayúdenos a que ese estrecho de Hormuz pues no sea agresivo para ustedes y para otros países. Se me hace una idea estupenda porque no hay por qué arriesgar soldados americanos en ese lugar cuando es, como dijo él, como dijo Trump, muy fácil para Irán atacar y pues es un close range, muy cerquita. Entonces mejor que vengan ellos, los que están afectados y que ayuden.
It's not going to be able to be used very long. Numerous countries have told me they're on the way. Some are very enthusiastic about it, and some aren't. Some are countries that we've helped for many, many years. We've protected them from horrible outside sources, and they weren't that enthusiastic. And the level of enthusiasm matters to me. We have some countries where we have 45,000 soldiers, great soldiers, protecting them from harm's way. And we have done a great job. And when we want to know, do you have any minesweepers? Well, would rather not get involved, sir. I said, for 40 years we're protecting you, and you don't want to get involved in something that is very minor. Very few shots going to be taken because they don't have many shots left. But they said, we'd rather not get involved. I just want...
Por eso el mundo está tan jodido como está, brothers, por líderes como de los que habla Trump, que deben de hacer algo por su país, por su gente, por su comunidad. Y dicen, no, no.
Fake news media and everybody else to remember that was said because I've been a big critic of all of the protecting of countries because I know that we'll protect them, and if we ever needed help, they won't be there for us. I've just known that for a long period of time, just like I knew about the Strait, that it would be a weapon, which I predicted a long time ago, predicted all of this stuff. You guys were very generous in that. I predicted all of it. I predicted Osama bin Laden would knock out the World Trade Center. I made that prediction a year before he did it. I said, you better get him. He's a bad guy. I watched him be interviewed one time, and I said, that's a bad guy. You better get him. 1 year before, exactly. I wrote it in a book. You can even check. About a year before the World Trade Center came down, President Clinton actually had a shot at him, and he didn't take it. Unfortunately, I'm not blaming him for that, but he didn't take it. And he ended up knocking down the World Trade Center, but I predicted that too. I predicted a lot of things. We strongly encourage other nations whose economies depend on the strait for blood. I mean, you know, these people literally need it. 95% of their energy or their oil comes out of the strait, and they should be in here very happily helping us. And it's incredible. We have such we're number one in oil by double now. We drill, baby, drill. We're double any other nation, and it's going to be soon triple any other nation, and that doesn't include Venezuela, who's been great.
Brother, está muy cañón, y a mí me gusta lo que está pasando. Obviamente yo apoyo a Trump al 100%, porque alguien lo tenía que hacer, y esta guerra contra Irán, pues sí, había dos opciones: o no la haces y te siguen terrorizando por 40 años más, o los sacas del planeta y los deshaces y se les acaba el gusto de aterrorizar al mundo. Como dicen en mi pueblo, el cobarde, no, el valiente llega hasta donde el cobarde quiere. Ya me iba a hacer pelotas, pero no, sí lo dije bien. Suscríbanse, compartan, díganme qué onda, brothers. Como quien dice, la guerra está terminando. Estados Unidos está en sus últimos, digamos, pues operaciones aquí y allá. Está pidiéndole a las naciones que también están envueltas en este, más que nada, rollo con el comercio por el estrecho de Hormuz, que intervengan, que no sean huevones, no sean conchudos y hagan algo por su país, bola de mantenidos, en pocas palabras. Déjenme saber qué piensan de eso, suscríbanse, compartan y sigamos despertando, mis brothers. Los amo. ¡Mua!